In today's Food is Medicine, did you know your eating habits can bring out your personality traits? It plays into an ancient Hindu system of medicine that can help you balance your body. Krista Recchio, clinical nutritionist and founder of theWholeJourney.com, is here to explain. Interesting concept here.
Yes.
So let's talk about the first word here. Ayurveda, is that right?
Ayurveda.
Ayurveda,
yes.
What is that?
So that comes from India, as you said. It's the ancient Hindu medical system, natural medical model, if you will,
Okay.
that they use to not only extend their life, but to keep their body in balance.
Nice.
Just like our genetics, we all have certain body types that we are born with, certain personality traits we're born with, and food can bring them out and make them out of balance or help us stay in balance.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's really, I mean, it might sound a little out there, but it's really not. And I have used it so successfully in my practice to help people understand themselves so that they feel better.
So the question is, how do different foods play into our mind, body, and spirit? How do they do that?
Okay, so in Ayurveda, they break people into 3 different doshas or body types.
Doshas.
Okay, and
Okay.
that's based upon the elements. So we have the element of air, fire, and earth.
Air, fire, and earth.
Okay. So we're going to start with the element of air, which is vata.
You said
Vata
3
is
body
over
types?
here.
3 certain body types?
3 body types.
Okay.
So vata,
Okay.
the vatas are, they're typically very thin, they're delicate bone structure, low body fat, it's hard for them to gain weight, but their personality trait, they can be frenetic, they're running late when they're out of balance, they're spacey, they miss meals.
Yeah.
When they're in balance, they're creative and happy. Is that you?
That's
You're
kind of me.
pointing
I'm
to
pointing at me. Yeah,
yourself?
everything you're saying
yeah.
is me.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's tough for me to put on weight. It really is. It's crazy as
Yeah.
it sounds, it is. So
Well,
interesting.
Right? I'm about as vata as it gets, so I get it. And if I miss meals, these guys don't do really well with a lot of raw foods, and they can't exist on smoothies and salads.
Okay.
They need heavier grounding foods to keep them in balance. Lots of fat and oil. Ghee and sesame oil are the 2 best things for these guys.
Wow, okay.
And nourishing, heavier soups. Like, for example, I ate vegan, vegetarian for a solid year, and I didn't do so well. So they need grounding, like red meat and grass-fed beef, lamb, bison is going to be really soothing for these guys. And root vegetables, pull them back down into the
Yes.
earth, right? Carrots and sweet potatoes,
yeah.
calming, soothing, grounding the heavier grains like a black or a wild rice.
Here's kind of a weird question.
Really gonna-
On the sweet potato, how do you cook? Do you cook that like a regular potato? Is that
Exactly
Oh,
like
good.
a regular
Okay.
potato, yeah. You can boil it, mash it, bake it,
Love it,
whatever
okay.
you want.
All
Fry
right.
it in coconut oil, fry it in your ghee, get a 2 for 1.
Fried in your ghee.
You
Fried
can
in your
make,
ghee.
slice it really thin and make like sweet potato chips.
Himalayan pink salt. Love that. Okay.
Yeah, so you want to nourish the bones for these guys.
Okay.
It's really important. And then we have pitta. These are the guys, they're medium body type, kind of red in the face, super type A driven, workaholics,
okay.
right? But they can be competitive, and when they're in balance, they're on fire.
Yeah.
Literally, that's the element of fire.
Oh, wow.
So it's a lot of heat, and what we want to do is calm these guys down and cool them down. So instead of the red meats and stuff, we have the wild fish and the lighter proteins like chicken. You want to nourish the liver, the gallbladder, the small intestine, and the blood for pittas, the
Okay.
element of fire. So this covers it all. This is a red beet and cabbage sauerkraut salad. I got at Whole Foods, it's straight out of my kitchen,
Wow.
and having a side of that with your meal will be
Okay.
great.
I hope producer JR is watching because I believe he is.
He is pitta.
Yeah, he is a pitta.
He's our
Yeah.
he's our example
He
of pitta.
definitely is. Okay.
Peppermint tea is great, and cinnamon is great for
Oh,
these guys.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. And finally,
Okay, finally we have the kapha, the element of earth. These are bigger boned, not necessarily overweight. They can be like Pacific Islanders. That's what you'd want to think of. They're already calm and grounded, and when they're out of balance, they can get depressed or lethargic. So you've got to support their lymphatic system
wow.
with bitter
Okay.
foods like spinach, and grapefruit is an excellent food for the lymph system. Lime and lemon.
okay.
Ginger's gonna get them going, and like the lighter grains like quinoa, this is gonna help them to stay in balance, or if they're in balance, bring them back to balance.
Bring them back to balance. Man, that is
Yeah.
awesome.
And
Oh, that
this
is really cool.
I can leave you with this juice. It has dandelion greens in it.
Okay. And you just drink it
Freshly
like that? You
squeezed
shake it
this
up? And,
morning, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This will give you
cool
a
is
boost
that?
for the day.
okay.
So all of this makes up vata, pitta, kapha, and you can be more than one. So you can be predominantly vata and have a little bit of pitta.
Oh, really? So you can
Or-
kind of mix these things up a little bit if you need to?
I have an
Oh.
online test I'm going to send out so everyone can see who they are.
Speaking of online, please go online and get a hold of Krista and take this test. Fox5sandiego.com. She knows her stuff, and we appreciate your knowledge in this stuff. It's so every week you bring up a new topic, and it's so fascinating to see how food plays a part in our whole body. It really does.
It's just a powerful tool.
Powerful tool. Exactly right.
Thanks
Krista
for having
Recchio,
me.
thank you. FoxEyeSanDiego.com for more information. Guys, we'll get it back to you.